Once they go green, as they do now, we are racing at the UCI Mountain Bike Cross Country Olympic Under-23 men's race, and it's the Frenchman Martin who leads him up the top of the first climb into the start loop. And there's a crash deep in the pack. Well,
yeah, that's
almost
always
predictable.
what happened very quickly.
Never good if your
you
bike.
See the cranks
the cranks have come off.
Something.
The frame's given out. The bottom brackets come off the frame.
Wow, wow! They have a lot of power, but so much.
I've never seen that bar. I mean, I've joked about it, but I've never actually done it.
Better not to show the brand.
No,
vision.
no. There's a few marketing departments closing their eyes ahead of that one, but Martin is at the top of this one, and it's Lilo who's with him.
Yeah, look at Martin from France, the national champion.
So they will head out onto the start loop. The purpose of the start loop is to just try and thin out the pack as big as it is. Won that short track race by 7 seconds as well, so wasn't hanging around from Adrien Boissy, excuse me. Carter Woods, the Canadian, was third.
But Dario Lilo, he did Tour de Romandie with the Road Tour team.
They're off and running.
It helped him a lot for a better performance right now these days.
Here you can see part of the issues when you do have as packed a field as this. One mistake from one rider can have the ripple effect that causes everyone else to be off and running.
Yeah. Because it's more flat, it goes up and down. You need to have a lot of power.
Is it just about the engine?
The engine, yeah, you have to pedaling and pedaling quite hard with a lot of pressure all the time. Because the course is so bumpy, a lot of roots. But it's also a technical course, especially with such a high speed.
The top two really attacking that A-line descent. As you can see, not much grip up there.
Nice. Paul still running.
Still running. So the reason why he is running is that you can only get technical assistance in the tech feed zone, which if he'd done that on his way into the tech feed zone, wouldn't have lost him much time. But out on the course, you've only got one option, and that is to get all the way around again.
You can use that.
Carter Woods has some firepower as well, so...
And now it's Bryden Johnson who likes to be in the first place when it comes down to the descent.
Yeah, why not?
So let's have a look at him, how fast he is.
In the form of his life here today.
Yep. Sprinting.
Do you know what, Bart, as well, if you're going to have a good race, do it at a UCI World Cup in front of all the big team managers. That's the place to do it, isn't it?
Yeah, that's where you have to do it. And also for these guys, yeah, the World Cup's the highest podium to perform.
It is the top drawer of international mountain bike racing. This is cross-country racing at its best when it comes down to a big group on the last lap.
And our mark now. Final lap.
Here we go, get ready for a slugfest.
5 leaders. Adrien Boissy on 4th place. And then we have
Carter Woods is right back with them in the Canadian jersey at the back of the pack.
Andreas Vitone tried to overtook Dario Lilo, but it didn't happen now.
No, Boissy dropping back. Lilo.
This is an attack of Lilo. That looks much better for him right now.
Lilo off the drop.
The gap is getting bigger.
Safely does it over this bridge. Yeah. And now he taps the power on. Lilo smells a win here. 7 seconds back now. There's 7 seconds between him and Vitone. Boissy, Woods and Johnson. Roared on by the Swiss crowd. This would do just the trick to whet the appetite ahead of the elite races. Checks over the other side of the track.
Seconds.
Carter Woods in the second now.
Yeah.
Carter Woods has kept the powder dry, and it's him in front of Boissy.
Yeah, something must have been going wrong with Andreas Vitone. We saw that, but we didn't see it in detail.
Here they come. You can see the moto that clears the path for them out front.
There's a little bit of a gap, but almost nothing in between. And it's an uphill sprint finish.
It is slightly uphill to the line. It is a sprint finish, both of these men.
But they are both very exhausted. Very exhausted, believe me.
Carter Woods, has he boxed clever? He's been further back than Dario Lilo throughout, but the head's down. Has he got what it takes as they come into the finish area now? The national champion of Switzerland sees the national champion of Canada behind him. Can Carter Woods close the gap, or is it going to be Dario Lilo? Dario Lilo looks over his shoulders. He's done enough. The Swissman wins at home in Switzerland at the second round of the UCI Mountain Bike Cross Country Olympic Under-23 Men's World Cup race. What a race by Dario Lilo. We wondered if Carter Woods could do enough, but Bart, he just dipped the head slightly before the bridge, and it kind of spoke volumes, didn't it? He didn't have enough when it came to the line.
Yeah, at the moment it's still unbelievable. Yeah, I already had goosebumps before the start because like to race in front of that crowd is special, especially when you can race in the Swiss Champs jersey. So yeah, my expectations were high after the short track race, but yeah, I just wanted to enjoy the race.
But Carter Woods, he came very close. 2 seconds at the end.
Seconds. But as I say, there was just a dip at the head, and you thought to yourself, no, it's not there. That sounds good to Dario Lillo's ears. Dario Lillo takes to the top step for Scott Davos MTB project at home in Switzerland at the second UCI mountain bike cross-country Olympic under-23 men's race of the year. Dario Lillo takes the win.